Hello and welcome into the Sorare Data Show. I am Andrew Laird. You can find me as Lairdinho on Sorare. That was the Sorare Andrews intro, but Andy is not here. We've got Jimmer.
Oh, so long, Andy.
Could be a permanent replacement. Let's see. Let's see what happens. You never know.
No, not a chance. I'm sad he's not here.
Agreed. Agreed.
Very
He
sad.
he said he might check in. I don't know if he'll actually do that like from the beach with his phone. We've done dumber things on this show before, so who knows?
Very possible.
Very possible. Yes. So yeah, there's Jimmer. Jimmer was kind enough to fill in for Andy. And despite me showing Jimmer all of the notes that I had for this show, which I'll show everyone here very quickly, I did actually have some things I wanted to talk to you about, Jimmer, because I feel like you've got a perspective that not a lot of people have because of how long you've been on the platform and how I don't want to like call you a leech right
Oh,
away.
I'm getting found out. I feel like we'll talk about it, but
Yeah, we'll talk about it because you.
I'll have a defense.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
I don't even have an
Anyway.
empty notebook to show my notes.
Oh, they're just all right up here.
Yeah, they're all mental.
There you go. Thanks everyone for coming in. Bob Franklin. I think Bob's on like a podium streak here. So well done. Peter said, I guess college really was a wild time for Jimmer. I can only imagine what Sean got up to at Penn State. I bet it wasn't that exciting, to be honest. I don't know. Anyway, Braden, what's up? Surface, hello. ZM Star, what's up? Red or Dead. Tatos, Mike Baston. Ooh, let's see here. Surface, combine these two hosts and you get a Jandy. Is that a real word? Jandy? Sounds like it should be something.
Jandy. Maybe, yeah. Maybe you get a little Jessence as a result.
Ooh.
After a Jandy.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going with that.
Hey,
boy.
that's where I thought it was going.
There you go. Went straight there. All right. Anyway, Alex, what's up? Vita's here. Yeah. So now that we've gotten that joke out of the way, Jimmer, the real question I wanted to ask, as somebody who's been on the platform forever, what do you think of Sorare now?
Oh, I still love it. It's great. It's great. It's so one of the reasons I've taken maybe a little bit of step back, just like watching some of the content in the community, is I'm a new father. So I guess
Congratulations.
how long does it how long can you say that?
That you're a new father?
Yeah. Yeah, you have experience there.
So do you want the like just a simple answer or do you want the complicated answer?
How much time you got, buddy?
Yeah, about an hour at least. The simple answer is 1 year.
Okay, all right. Then I'm good.
You got plenty of time. The real answer is until you have another one, because everything you do as a father is the first time you've done it. And so everything is new.
True.
Until you have a second one and you're like, I've done this before. And then you realize that usually the second one's nothing like the first one. And you actually haven't done any of this shit yet.
Yeah. Totally different. Yeah, we were doing some things for like the daycare, and it's like describe all these things. I was like, I don't have any comparison, so I don't really know. But to answer your question, that's the only thing that's really been kind of a miss for me is like I haven't been doing as much of listening to some of the shows and some of the content creation podcasts mostly because I usually do that driving to work. And I've been off, which seems kind of stupid because it's like, oh, what am I doing? I could just listen.
Yeah,
I
you
don't.
have all this
It's like
time now.
it's like totally different. I don't know. It's reserved for car time. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's evolved for sure. I think I'm gonna be in trouble come August, but we're not really doing a whole lot of pro activity there. I just still love the all star modes and the caps, so I'm just gonna let it happen and see how it feels. Um, there was a small dose of me that was like, oh, maybe I'll just like play classic and sell the in season stuff. But I'm like Andy. I'm like, I want as many I want as many little tickets out there as possible. Because it's always the ones you don't expect. You're like, oh, this like trash team. It's like as long as you got people who might start, you could finish up, especially in season. So that's why it's like I've gotten all these new cards, all these in season cards, and it's like just yeet them out there, and they'll return like $30. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So um, short answer to your question is I'm still loving it. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, because it's obviously like way different than it was. I don't even want to compare it to like at the beginning because I feel like pre like this scoring matrix is just a time and so rare that like people like you remember. I don't even know if it's fondly, but it's just like it's so different than now that I almost feel like it doesn't even count.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to remember like how long it even lasted too. It's like the only thing I can remember is like Ortwin DeWolf either scoring 15 points or minus 15 points. And like 5 points was average for like any player. Um and there was no cap or ceiling. It was like kind of wild. It, it it reminds me a lot about like baseball kind of and how it used to be. Um, just more so in a sense that not that many people were playing it, right?
yeah,
And it's like you can play baseball right now, and it's like there's not a whole lot of people playing it, and you can finish pretty well. I mean, it's hard still, but that's kind of because they don't have as many rewards. But
I
uh,
mean, did you
I
see the
remember,
July chase rewards?
yeah, there's a little spicy. They're
They
spicing it
are
up a little bit.
spicy.
Yeah, that I mean that's a good approach versus like trying to splash it all at once, and then it nobody really doesn't catch traction, and then it's really hard to reverse things like that, right? So it's
Yeah.
good to continue to bump it up if they can, and if they have some sort of roadmap where they're going to do that, that's very nice.
For those who do not play Sorare MLB and are watching the stream, and so you didn't see the announcement, they have a monthly competition that they've been running the last few months, and the July one it pays $5,000 to first place for limited and 7,500 for rare. And you don't get many opportunities on Sorare to turn limited cards into $5,000. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's over what would it be like eight competitions? No, it's even like the back half of them, right? So it's like
Yeah.
four. Yeah, it's like four competitions to win 5K with limited cards. That's pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Does that include the All-Star game?
I don't know. I don't know if
I
it does
can't
or not.
remember. I didn't look into it.
Do you MLB question? Do you
Sure.
know when that the collection event thing they're drawing that? It just said they'll
They
email you, I think, right?
they drew it.
Oh, they did?
They did.
Oh,
Um,
horse's ass.
hold on. I think yeah, they did. They
Oh,
tweeted it, and you'll love this.
oh, I don't not on Twitter.
You'll love it. They
You
used the
think this
wheel.
guy's on Twitter?
They used the wheel.
Oh, did they? The
Yeah,
Wheel of Names?
the wheel. Yeah, and you'll
That
never.
might have an asterisk on it because I always think the Wheel of Names is a little questionable. I think it tends to favor where the arrow starts. I
Ooh,
don't
it
think it's
could.
totally random.
So K Lamp one, who runs sort of first pitch now. K Lamp
Well,
also got
that's awesome.
a Ronald Acuna in a reward box once. K Lamp running hotter than the sun when it comes to Solar MLB. But yeah, that's the winner heading to the All Star game in Texas.
I'm glad they did this. Although it's kind of like, you could do it however you want, like how many times they spin the wheel, but I'm glad
What are
they
you
did it.
trying to ensue there?
Yeah, I mean, just click it out. Like how many little recordings do they have on that computer? No.
75.
I would like to see them do like a live drawing event. That'd be cool. Like So Rare doesn't have like an official Twitch, do they? Or like a
They
streaming.
do.
Oh, they have YouTube. Is it on YouTube?
They had Twitch also.
Oh,
I think that wasn't the La Liga event on Twitch, the one that was
I don't.
silent for the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I was expecting to see some emails about all the stuff I won from the collection event because I was yeeting out $2 and $3 credit card purchases, trying to win some stuff.
Nothing wrong with that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Surface said it's after the All Star game. Is that a different thing then? What did
The drawing is after the All Star game.
What did K Lamp win? Winner from our collection event. I don't know.
Maybe they just did that because the prize was going to the All-Star game,
Right.
and then the other ones they can probably do after.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I just know they haven't done it yet because I haven't gotten any emails that I won. That's
Because you
why.
haven't won it yet?
Yeah, that's why I know they haven't done it.
That's fair.
Oh, he's the
Oh, the
July
July
chase.
chase. Yeah. That's not what we were talking about, though. Oh, wait. The July chase is just after the All-Star break? It's not all of July?
The chase is only the second half of the month.
Oh, my fault. That's not what I thought you were saying. Okay. Wow. That is really
Yeah,
easy to win.
it's only like
Yeah.
4. It's only like 4
Yeah.
tournaments.
You just have to win 4 times. Not even
It's
win.
not. It's not easy, so to speak. But like the shorter it is, the less you have to have the best cards.
Yeah.
You still have to, but
I could see Surface winning that one.
yeah, probably. Surface is just a little too good at the fantasy sports.
And loves baseball. Simple as that.
And he loves umpires. He'll fight for the umpires' jobs.
He just raises the pitchfork every time somebody mentions robots.
Yeah, no, I talked to him about it. He says it's inevitable and is on it, and I just give him a hard time about it. I just can't, like, every single baseball game I watch, it's like, oh, that's a ball. And it's like, ring them up.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Why do
And then
they get like, it's just so embarrassing for that umpire. It's like it's like a hard job. And it's like immediate validation for millions of people saying you suck at your job.
I will say
So wrong.
that for my entire life, and maybe it's just that I didn't even think about it, but I did not know that the pitch just has to be any part in the zone.
Oh yeah.
And
Kind
I
of like
think I just
volleyball.
kind of assumed like most of the ball had to be like in the zone. But it's like there are ones that where like the line is here and the ball is like this is a ball
On
and
it.
it's like
Yeah,
this.
barely
And they're like,
touching it.
nope, touching the line. I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, this isn't a baseball show.
No,
Jamie. Good
sorry.
try. Good
I
try.
thought we had all the time in the world, so.
Yeah, no. Let's talk NBA. No, I'm just kidding. What do you think of Essence? And I ask this because you are someone who is familiar with non-Sorare NFT games that I feel like probably have something like Essence in them.
Yeah, all the NFT games that I haven't played a ton, but they all have gone down this life cycle of we need to introduce more, like, it's in-game currency, that's what it is, right? And there's different flavors of the in-game currency, and now it's like, oh, we need something to do this mechanic, and it's like, let's introduce a new in-game currency. I'm surprised Sorare doesn't have one yet that you can like buy like coins or whatever else, but that was kind of like way I thought the training facility would go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love it. It's you know, they needed something else to reward, right? And that is something that people actually want, right? It's creating fractions of cards. That's what they're doing. They basically created their supply. They not infinitely created their increased their supply, but they increased the supply of all the cards by introducing this essence mechanic, because now you win fractions of cards, right? It's like when Robinhood started selling fractions of stock. Well, now you're Joe Schmo can go out there and buy $1 worth of GameStop and circle jerk on the internet because he's going to be a millionaire, right? And it's, I mean, you're not buying essence, but it's like, yeah, I like that's why it's great. It's they can reward those in boxes, and I don't know how generous it's going to be. Euros and Copa seem pretty generous, but in terms of what you can get in a box, I haven't done it yet. I haven't done the crafting. I was tempted that first Euros payout just because the prize pool or whatever. But I'm gonna stick. I know that there's gonna be something. There's gonna be an equation to it. You guys are probably working on something with server data, but I'm just gonna probably wait out for the top tier. But I'm in a different situation where I have a shit ton of cards that I don't play every game week anyway. So like getting a tier 3 won't really help me.
How long do you think it'll take you to get to 500? I assume you would go to 500 and not even champion at
Um,
250.
yeah. Well, so I don't know. I like to think that I would, but I like to gamble a lot, and the part that holds me back from that is like I really want some transparency on what you're getting, or like what your chances are and what you like. It's crazy to me that I know it's probably not going to happen, but but it's crazy to me that they make statements like, depending on where you win it, that's percentage of what you're going to get paid out. But it's like you can't actually validate that or see what you're like. You have to go manually look at all your game weeks and be like, oh, I've accumulated 500, and maybe Sorare data will tell me that, and that's probably an opportunity because Sorare might not. But that's the hard part about Sorare data is anything you guys build or think is a good idea, they can just fuck you over and do it, and they could start making it transparent. But whatever. So that's what I would like to see, and that's why I might not take like a tier 2 or tier 3. Is like it would just feel very bad to get a tier 3 and a tier 3 and a tier 3, and it's like your mind just goes towards like, oh well, does this even work? I don't even know. And something that is just like a wheel on Twitter that spins and says this guy won. It's like, yeah, you could game the hell out of that, but just having that makes you feel so much more comfortable and
Mhm.
confident that it's doing something that they say they're doing. And so even if they put up something and said like, you have a 15% chance of a challenger card and an 80% chance of, well, 75, whatever, 5%. And then they did a little wheel and it's like already predetermined what you're getting, but just show you this little GIF,
I thought
whatever.
it. Oh, you're a GIF guy?
That is what the people who created it say. So
I wish I was as strong mentally as you are because I used to always say GIF, and enough people were like, just say GIF like all of us. And it just changed.
I'm not one of the people who I'm gonna go to battle on it, but I'll just say,
I might have
I
to
don't
go
know,
back.
if you look it up and the
Yeah.
people who invented the protocol or the file extension say it's GIF,
Yeah.
and it's like that's like you name like calling a kid the wrong name, and your parents are like, no, his name is Jeffrey, and it's like, well, I'm gonna call him Joffrey. So
Right.
deal with it, bitch.
Deal with it. Yeah.
No, why don't you just call him fucking Joffrey?
um,
So yeah, love Essence. I
having
don't.
said, well, they're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I guess maybe there's a case to make about that. It's like the majority. It's like
I
I don't
actually don't think there is.
know. No, there's no case. I was just trying
But
to be
anyway,
nice.
do you do you think it's weird that they said that the essence won in global comps and like special weeklies um don't affect the region percentages?
Well, how does it work then? Like, which region do you get?
The other ones.
That like it doesn't make sense. Like making that statement, there's like so much that they actually have to be doing that doesn't make sense. That like I don't know, it bothers me.
I feel like it's as simple as like if you had 100 essence and just for the ease of numbers, 75% is champion and 25% is challenger, and you win 100 more essence, those percentages stay the same. You just have more essence.
I guess yeah, you could do that.
But also, if you only
Like
play global, I don't know what they do at that
I
point
guess
either.
yeah, that's probably what. Yeah, so then that's the point. Oh, you're open to the whole prize pool, but like that's just really shitty logic that they have to build in. So
I
I don't know.
just
We'll let
yeah, I
other
think it's just
people.
a pretty classic hashtag trust the team and move on.
Yeah,
Like,
probably.
do you think that you would be in a situation, given that you have like a lot of cards and you enter as much as you can, like, do you think you're going to be like, well, I only have 35% champion, so maybe I'll wait, win some more champion essence, and
No,
then
that's just too much. I kind of made a decision that I'm just gonna let the essence come and
yeah,
roll the real wheel, because I don't know. It is weird that they did make it, they decentivized playing everything kind of a little bit.
it does feel that way.
Um, which is like obviously the opposite of what they've always done. Um,
Well,
I don't
somebody
know.
made a comment about that though once, that like you are de-incentivized. Is that what we're saying? Disincentivized?
I said decentivized. I don't think that's a word though.
Decentivized? I'm pretty sure that's not it. Anyway,
De-incentivized, whatever.
de-incentivized. Maybe. I'll go with that. Like you are de-incentivized to play all of the competitions, but it also significantly slows down your essence growth or
Yeah.
accumulation. So it's, I don't know if you're necessarily like that, like if you're
think
that adamant
Yeah.
about getting champion.
I think I might have made that point on your stream. I think
Maybe
I
it was
wrote
you.
that in
Yeah.
the chat. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think one of the best parts about Sorare and one of the mechanics that they have in the game that really got people addicted and interested into all of these other leagues, and that's got to be part of their sales pitch to these leagues, is we're gonna bring excitement and eyes to your league, right? The Japanese league, right? It's like, oh, you finish really high in All Star, you get a tier 1, you get the best guy out of Japan, and you're like, fuck. But you're like, I guess I'll go play Asia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, oh, I'll stick to Europe and I'll play in Europe, and I don't know. I always liked that, and I think there's personas in the community that probably swayed it the other way, where it's like it's a bad reward experience, and I don't like it. But
To
I'm
get
living it
something that you don't play.
to get something that you don't play or you don't want to play, right? So, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they would have done it
I feel like
otherwise.
there are probably more people who, when they really think about it, do actually enjoy the guy from a different league that they normally play to open up new opportunities.
Yeah, but they won't anymore, right? It's like, well, I mean, if you get Challenger Essence and you're playing some Challenger, I don't know.
I just mean like your example of you get like the J League guy, and like there are enough European leagues in Contender where you're not like totally dependent on Asia, as opposed to previous champion Asia where you're just like, nope, you're a K League boy now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like super strong about it. I think it's fine. I
Do
just
you
want to
think?
know how it works.
I was gonna say, do you think it's fine because we don't know how it works?
Yeah, I mean, maybe there is some security there. It's like, well, if we don't tell them how it works and it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work, then they don't know. Kind of like how Rivals totally blindsided everybody. I'm still I still don't know if like they changed their blog or if everyone just misinterpreted it.
You mean for like the Zidane race?
Yeah. My
So yeah,
I've
I
got a
said that to
theory.
Sean yesterday that I don't know if they changed it, but
I swear they did. Their initial announcement came out, and I swear, like when they were saying rivals leagues, I swear that it said the way everyone thought that it was going to work. And my theory is they didn't build it that way. They
right.
built it and they misinterpreted the requirements as a development, and they said, "Oh shit," and they had to change the way that it actually was going to work. But I don't know. It just seems like you put the two solutions side by side, and I don't see very many scenarios where the other one wins in any logical, the one that is now, where it's like, yeah, this is better.
Right.
But
Yeah.
maybe they never thought about what everybody thought it was gonna be. But I is
Justice for
Fin
Finn.
who's Finster?
Um, so when was that yesterday's show? Yeah, yesterday's show, Sean was explaining to us that he's in a group that is currently, or at the time, was first overall. And this guy, Finster, did a Scotland stack for the first game against Germany, got
Mm,
slaughtered, and now he's dead last in the league and so far behind because the interpretation of the rule, which then appeared to be different, or the interpretation of the rule was like, yeah, that's a good idea. But when we actually found out what the rule was, it became a very bad idea. And Sean Finster continues to play, and Sean is furious that Finster is still competing
Oh,
because there's
he's
no
stealing his
chance for
boxes.
Finster to get into the top 5, but he's stealing the boxes.
Oh, I love that
Stealing. I have
take.
no idea if Finster's even won one,
I
but
love that take from Sean.
so there
It's like
has
you're
been
hurting the league. Like, no.
there's been like a legitimate like argument on both sides from people, and like the comments from the video yesterday and in the live chat, and people were like, no, he should keep playing. Like Sean
Yeah.
presented it as Finster stealing boxes from everybody who's in the group, who's actually contributing to them possibly meeting Zidane.
Yeah.
And instead,
They're
and now
totally
we have,
different outcomes. Like the boxes don't matter at all for the
so exactly.
I am all in on this justice for Finster. I hope it linger like 5 years from now we're like justice for Finster.
Yeah.
Like when you don't know how something's going to work, you're like, well, justice for Finster.
I think we should just ask Finster what they think. Like, does
Mm.
anyone know how this works? And you're like, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
Finster.
Well, just the crazy thing to me is like it's not like a handful of people thought it was going to work some way and it didn't. I haven't met anyone who thought it was going to work the way that it did or it does.
So I 100% agree with you on that. However, I think that there are way more people who didn't read the blog and just like heard from people what the rule was. And if one of those people like misinterpreted it and then just started telling people, it's like, oh, okay, that's just what happens.
Well, the power of the community.
Right.
I mean, yeah, maybe that's what happened.
But yeah, there was so basically the result is, yeah, Finster is either stealing from the group that he is trying to help. Oh, the other kicker, that was the best thing, is that Sean was saying that he's leeching off of the other 19 members of the group. Finster was at the France game yesterday and told everyone in the group, they have like a Discord, that Griezmann was coming on, and everybody subbed out somebody, Rabiot, for Griezmann. And they were like, man, we couldn't have done it without Finster. And Sean's on this show just like, fuck this guy. Finster just stealing from us. And I hope Finster wins all the boxes every day.
Yeah, he should steal the boxes. No, it's like there's just two different modes to it. There's a co-op mode where it's like, unfortunately, you can get out very quickly, and then if you miss a game week, you're screwed and you can't contribute. Right? There's that mode. It's unfortunate that it's like that. Then there's the other mode where you're just competing with these 20 people every day to try to win a box.
So
They don't really cross.
So yeah, that was my point to Sean, that they're completely separate things. And he was like, no.
It's not like as long as the top 5 people win X boxes, then you get to meet. Yeah.
Right. And so that was my argument. I'm like, you either can win the box or you are in the top 5 of your league to help them. Yeah. And he was like, no. The people who are actually contributing to the top 5 should get the boxes. And so if Finster was submitting lineups, Sean was like, he's reducing my chances of winning a box, and that's bad. And it's like, the boxes have nothing to do with meeting Zidane.
The box, that is probably the best mechanic of the rivals leagues because it gives people a reason to play every day.
So Sean's argument,
that's the only thing that,
yeah. And I think a lot of people were arguing this, like if you missed a day, like you're basically out of it for the getting the top 5 in your league. And Sean was like, so you're actually incentivized to stop. And it's like, no. You're incentivized to keep playing because of the box.
Yeah. And it's not like your points takes, like if you score the most, it's not like your points take away from the top 5 people.
Right.
At the very least.
ZM Star is right. Sean was saying he was actively sabotaging the group by winning boxes.
It's just, I don't know. That's a manipulative take. That is a very manipulative take because it's not hurting it at all. All you're doing is trying to get somebody to stop playing so you win more. That's it.
The irony was that Sean multiple times was like, the boxes are worthless. Who cares? And I'm like, you care. Anyway.
Oh man.
The way that I understand the what you were saying, that obviously if it's the top 5 scores every day, everyone is more incentivized to like keep going. But I think you could make the argument. I don't think you would win the argument, but I think you could make the argument that it's basically rewarding truly the most dedicated people in this once in a lifetime
Yeah, but
opportunity.
there's no reason to do the leagues then, and like just do individual leaderboard. There's really no reason to be in 20 people leagues and co-op. Just do a top-down leaderboard across the whole thing.
I think there's a social community aspect to doing leagues that make it like Sean, like the other 19 people in Maddie Sorare's group that they're in,
Yeah.
like they talk to each other, and Sean was like, he didn't know anybody before this, or at least most people he didn't know. And he's like, oh, I think Sorare's always been a big like social.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. And it's not like, for the most part, I mean, all of the leagues I'm in, 17, 18 of the people are still, 50 points out, right? It's not like, I mean, not 17 or 18, but everybody's they're still playing, right? Even though, so like, it's not impossible to come back from having a bad Scotland team on the first game week. It's not impossible. So that, yeah, I agree with the social aspect of it. And I always said it reminds me of the Sorare World Cup they did that was like not put on by Sorare, but it was kind of one of those side things that they gave rewards to.
Did they not like host it in Discord?
They had a Discord channel, but it was like one of the community members that like ran it on some third-party site. It was like a tournament bracket, or it was like, I don't know, it was like a big whiteboard, and the guy just had like all these teams in this big bracket.
I can't remember if that was before I joined or if it was like early on where I wouldn't have even known about it.
I feel like it was right, like it was like September-ish before you joined in that December timeframe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There was only like, I don't know, like 60 squads of 4 people. Like there wasn't that many people playing it.
Well, that might have been like, everybody on the platform.
Yeah, there's like 8 French teams. It was funny because everybody wanted to be France, and it's like France 1, France 2, France 3. Which France are you playing?
You guys were Mexico, weren't you?
We were Mexico,
yeah.
And we were gonna have Mark and Hybe sing the Mexican national anthem when we beat them, but we lost. That was still like one of the parts about that was back when you could still put a common in All-Star.
The good old days, the glory days of Sorare.
That was so crazy how long that lasted. It was like you just get on the platform. It's like, oh, you pull a common Allison, and you have a significant advantage over everyone else.
So,
and then they went from like the random draft to like pick your favorite team, and you get those players. I had 2 friends. I had one friend join like a month before, and he had to like get random commons. And then a guy joined the next time, and he got a common Allison because he picked Liverpool as his favorite team. And then he had it for like a year and a half, like common Allison and All-Star, just winning thresholds like crazy.
There was a time where the common Allison was the most used. I'll put it, the most used card in All-Star Rare for months, like probably the entire season. Like that card, by far the most popular. And I probably I played the common competition for as long as I could and never once got an Allison.
Yeah. Well, you should have just re-signed up and clicked.
I should have. Yeah. I'm to this day, I still feel a little bitterness towards that common Allison.
It was just so crazy how long that like they had that in place.
Yeah, I mean, people who join, I don't even want to say now because like the threshold is kind of gone, but like the people who, let's say in the last year, joined just to like grind thresholds, to hear that we could score 205 points with 4 rare cards and a common and just clean up, get 25 bucks every week. Well, it was 0.01 ETH. And then ETH ran and they were like, whoa, we gotta We got to settle this one down.
Yeah, that was free money.
No wonder they got rid of it. How do you feel about the cap modes?
I love the cap modes.
Do you like the cap modes or do you like the threshold?
I love the cap modes. I'm with Andy. I'm sad to see the cap modes go. Like they can say all of these 70% of the cards will have value because of our special weeklies, but it's like that's a pretty significant amount of your cards that are only going to be valuable sometimes. Like your special weekly is going to be 220 maybe once every 6 months. I don't know.
Do you
There's
think it'll
just a
be
lot of
that rare?
I mean if even, yeah. I mean I don't know. I don't know what to expect. It's just like it just kind of sucks. Cuz like I don't know. Like we're both wearing St. Louis City jerseys, you know? And you with all your St. Louis City cards, you would know that there's been frequently that you could fit the best STL stack into 220, more so 240, but like the best players you could put in to these cap modes. And it's like you put those in Challenger, you don't have a fucking chance.
Yeah.
But you put them into cap mode, and you know they have a clean sheet. You know your midfielder and forward connect, and you have a celebration. But I don't know. We'll see. Part of me thinks that they might be a little bit more permanent than a weekly that we kind of think.
I agree with you. I think part of it is that they're going to realize it's just not worth it to have to come up with a new special weekly every single game week. And like at some point you run out of good ideas. And if the best idea is just having all-star or cap 270 or 40, like just do it. Don't try to like dick around every game week. And they're like neck tattoo week.
Yeah.
And then it's, left footers. And we have no idea who anybody is. And like, you know.
Yeah, I like the Halloween one where they have to like validate it after the leaderboard.
Right. Paul is there just looking in lineups like, is this an error card? Is that an error?
Yeah, is this a neck tattoo or is that just like a hickey? I don't know. Are those lips or is that a tattoo?
Right.
Um,
is it actually on his neck or is it the upper chest?
Yeah, where's the gray area? Yeah, nobody's really. I mean, has anybody ever really complained about the cap modes in terms of like enjoyment or viability? Or I mean, obviously taking rewards out of them and putting them elsewhere, people will like that who don't have shitty cards, but most people have shitty cards.
Right. I mean, most of the cards are shitty cards.
Yeah, I mean, like a good 60% of them are L50 or below. Or more. Probably 75 L50 or below.
Mike was saying a cap mode of some sort has been with Sorare ever since I've been playing, and so to me, it's losing a bit of its soul by losing it. I feel like Mike's been around longer than that.
If you look at any fantasy game, really, cap modes are essential to it, right? And like that was one of the things that pulled Sorare into what's been working so long in fantasy games. That, I mean, it'll be like budget, right? Like DraftKings, and like, get your budget. It's like you can't play whoever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And it's like that was like them bringing those in. It made it like there has been so many game weeks where I've played cap 220 only because that's like a midweek, and it's like I just feel like I have so much more of a chance because it's like a level playing field versus like putting them in all-star, 5 starters and all-star, and you're like, oh, you can win more prizes, but you got to watch out for the Mbappe and all these other guys.
Yeah, I think so. My worry is that they misunderstand the love of cap modes. Like when they did them for the they do it for the Continental Nights.
I think so.
Like
I think it was like
it was kind of high,
like,
but it was kind of like
280.
right. But like the population of players at that point, like there weren't that many players, and so you were taking like a smaller group of players and making it even more constrictive, and then not being able to use those cards basically anywhere else. And
Yeah.
the like Rivals is a cap mode. Like every Rivals game, you need to be under a cap. And so it seems weird to be like, hey, and I realize that I'm like the one who's like, oh no, Rivals is definitely the onboarding tool. But it does seem weird to be like, hey, fit under the cap and make this lineup. And then you go and then you're like, oh, where's the cap mode? And you're like, oh no, we don't do that here on the
Make
pro
it even
side.
more different than the actual experience of the
Right.
pro. Yeah. I don't know. That like the voices in the community, I have never really heard anybody say, I'm glad, I can't wait for cat modes to go away, right?
Right.
Nobody said that. And I just feel like there's enough that like it just feels like they'll keep them around in some sort of fashion. I don't know.
I think
Definitely in weeklies, but they've said
I think
that.
they're way more likely to keep them than All-Star.
Yeah. That hurts too, though. All-Star is
Sure.
just fun.
Yeah.
Still waiting for the cross-sport competitions.
Any day now, I'm sure. Well, basketball's not playing right now, so that's why they haven't done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeehaw!
There you go, freedom, Jimmer.
Yep.
Do you think that they? Actually, before I get to that question, I was going to say the reason that my fear with the cap modes is that they do these special weeklies as cap modes, so they're just like super restrictive. Like, yeah, the K League Lee and Lee special, and they're like, oh, but cap 220. And they're like, see, we have them. And you're like, that's not what we meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
I think you're going to be right.
But maybe I'm wrong. Would you play cap mode just for boxes?
Yeah, I mean, I play for anything. I don't like essence. Don't like say no cards awarded. Whatever. Cat modes is essence only. That's I guess that would get into the, if you play a cap only, then you can just go pull a Euro card or a European card. I don't know, but
you could just go boxes. You don't even need to do just essence.
Yeah,
like,
I guess X is essence in boxes.
Yeah, level ups and cards and I mean,
and do like whatever
because it's dead.
270 premium, 270 premium boxes, 240 standard, 220 light boxes, whatever.
Yeah,
would definitely play.
Yeah. Any other problems we can solve?
Probably not.
The product's that good. It's perfect now.
I did like your guys' conversation about the women's leagues.
About what?
Women's leagues. It was probably
Yeah. It was last week, I think.
Yeah.
2 weeks
That's because
ago.
I drove. I went to Illinois, so
there we go. I don't see a realistic or a prohibitive negative, if that makes sense, to introducing them.
No, and the whole, I mean, if we're talking about cap modes hanging around, the reason everybody was against it is because they're cheat code cards, effectively. But
yeah,
what's the problem with a handful of them being worth a good amount of money? Winning boxes,
right?
I only thought of that because you said anything else we could solve.
Looking for
Christ
food.
Almighty!
Yeah, looking for your favorite fruit.
I actually thought about this before because, like, I haven't been on this show in a while.
Everyone should think about this all the time.
Oh, and I was like, I don't actually know what I would say. I just had a little bit of watermelon before coming on.
You had some what?
watermelon.
Ooh, I had some yesterday.
But I was thinking it was like the first thing I thought of before like really even thinking about it was like a peach. So peaches.
So when you saw that question, like, what's your favorite fruit? Do you think like if
Andy.
what do you,
Andy's my favorite fruit.
Andy? Um, do you consider like the best of each fruit and like what you like the most of those, or is it like the one you would eat the most often? Like, what do you how do you grade
What
your
I was
favorite?
thinking about when I was thinking I was going to ask this question is like the one thing you're like, man, I could like I really go for this, or like this is just like a really special treat versus like, I was thinking, oh, bananas. I eat a lot of bananas. Is that the best? I don't
No,
really eat too many
no.
peaches, but peaches are like really tasty.
Mhm.
So like that's where I'd gauge it, and like it's super tasty. Like watermelon is just like I don't understand how that's even on this planet. It's just like so good and tasty. It's just like a little candy. It's like
It's
candy.
really it's watermelon is for sure in my top three,
Yeah.
two. But I probably eat more bananas than any other fruit. But I wouldn't. I'm not sure they're even in the top 10
Do you ever have any cramps?
because of bananas. Or do I use bananas to get rid of the cramps?
Well, I'm just wondering if you have cramps at all
Oh,
because you eat a lot of
no,
bananas.
never,
Oh,
no, never,
never cramps? Nice.
never.
Wow. So what's this whole leech conversation?
When was the last time you deposited on Sorare?
Let me take a look. Where's the wallet button?
I think you just click your
Just
balance.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You click the balance. Where do I see like the history? Oh, here we go. Deposit 6/20/2024.
Like
6 days
a week
ago.
ago?
$100.
Look at you.
219.85. 219 $117. 219 $176. 219 $2,800.
What made you?
214 $2,000.
Let's go.
That was for Valentine's Day. Had to buy my baby girl something, Come on.
So today is my wife's birthday. And I was like, what reaction do I get if I bought her like a So Rare card? Like, she knows what I do for a living. I can't I can't think of like if it would be whatever is like beyond disappointment, but it's not so much disappointment in the gift or the gift, but disappointment in me.
And like just you thinking that was a good idea at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Just the
what
look
does
of on
this
her
guy
face was
even
like,
know
what did
me?
I get myself into
Does
20
this
years
guy
ago?
even know me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think you
Good
should get her
question
like a
from
little locket with like a picture of a So Rare card in it.
Ooh. Oh, I like this. From Tuggy. Hey babe, happy birthday. Here's a Midgeland limited collection.
Might want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
That's got 10%
That,
bonus
yeah.
or 5% bonus.
Did you buy the cards? Did you deposit for football cards though?
Uh, the February deposit was for buying some Challenger or Super Rare stuff, I think.
Ooh.
And then the
Surface says
deposit,
So Rare Base said you're lying. I feel like So Rare Base shouldn't know that info.
So Rare base says my last deposit was 717.
Is it possible that was your last ETH deposit?
No, I mean I only deposit ETH. I don't even have a cash wallet enabled.
Wow. I forgot about that. Such a
Yeah, I don't have a
crypto
cash
bro.
wallet. Yeah, I'm just a
Doesn't have a
pure.
cash wallet.
I'm just a pure. I still have my cherry. I could share my screen. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Sure.
remember what I deposited for. Oh, I think I bought the new signing from St. Louis, Hartel.
Ooh.
Yeah, I bought his rare card. It was like $80 or something.
You didn't want to wait for the St. Louis version?
Is there gonna be one?
Why not?
I don't know.
I
It's
feel like
a.
he should get one.
I don't know how good they are at minting cards when they come mid-season on teams.
I think we do know how good they are.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get one? I don't know. There were cards last season that never got minted, and
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure Markanich never got minted last season. Well, the original season. I don't know.
The one that I know recently was Casper Schmeichel, who's had a picture on Sorare with his Anderlecht shirt in January when he moved and never got a card until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So that's why I bought him. And it's also in season until. So here's a question. When a team gets promoted, like St. Pauli from Bundesliga 2, and my card is a St. Pauli card in season, but they got promoted to Bundesliga, does that go? It probably doesn't really matter, but does that go out of season when Bundesliga 2 starts or Bundesliga? Because it's now a Bundesliga team and not a Bundesliga 2 team, assuming they don't start on the same weekend.
Somebody brought that up with the championship.
Yeah, I
Because
mean,
I
it'd be
think the
the same
championship
thing
starts
with the
early.
promotions.
Then yeah. Oh, actually, it was a relic. No,
I don't really care that much. It's just a wrinkle.
I don't know. I don't know what the schedule is.
Hey, have you set your rivals lineups for the
Yes.
upcoming matches? Nice. I did them while the AI was singing the Andrew song.
Smart. You know what? I got lucky with the timing with the first 2 matches because I lost one arena match and won the other one, and it processed my loss first. So I went from 0 points to 0 points, and then I got my 3 instead of the other way.
It's same with like the rivals or the match streak. It's like you're like hoping one ends before the other one, so you get the streak.
I hit a 10 rivals wins in a row, and I was like, "Oh, I'll get Mbappe now." And all I got was like the what do they even call it?
I've been hitting cards.
I got like
in those
10
boxes.
challenge points.
Oh, hot damn! What is your highest league overall ranking right now?
I didn't enter that many of them. So the highest I have is the Pranksy one I'm in, at 272nd. Wow. And I'm 12th.
I'm in one that's 127th. Just a random DM on Discord.
Ooh,
you've been selected. I was like, me? Oh, of course I'll join.
Rigamon said, what I hate is when you win 2, but only needed 1 for the streak, so it doesn't start a new one. I didn't even know that was the case.
I feel like it should.
Apparently 2 Bundesliga starts 3 weeks before the 1 Bundesliga.
So that's.
But what's your
6th competition?
Actually, theoretically, it's the other way, though. It's not the promoted cards that you have to worry about because they don't even play for 3 more weeks. It's the relegated ones.
Well, no, it's still a concern because it is a St. Pauli card that was in Bundesliga 2, and they got promoted. So it's like which does that count for?
But when St. Pauli starts, it doesn't
Is that
matter.
how it works? I thought it was when the league on the card starts, not the team.
Right, but I'm saying a promoted team will never, like, your card will never be in season because the top division starts after. So whenever that starts, all of your cards are classic, or if it started 3 weeks ago, they're classic. Like, you can't.
Well, no, but he's in the MLS.
Oh. I see what you're saying. I thought you meant just for staying in the Bundesliga.
No.
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. Mike
Yeah.
says
So Mike is not. If he had stayed at St. Pauli is the issue, but you're talking about Hartsell, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom's reminding me. Sean started a league during one of our streams, and I didn't sign up, and it's 15th overall.
Whoa. Stream League.
Yeah. Mike's saying Hartle's going to be a classic when 2 Bundesliga starts, even though they're a Bundesliga team.
Seems like that's how it should work based on the way they said it, but it feels weird.
So I agree with you that's how it should work. What's your confidence level that that's how it will work?
I think it'll probably work like that because I think the league is an attribute on the card, and I think that's how it'll be done.
So like 60%, 80%,
80.
80. All right. Hashtag trust the team. Let's go.
Maybe it'll fall into like one of those little cracks, and it'll just be in season the whole time.
Mike's apparently leeching in this Sorare.
Oh, you are actively sabotaging.
Just stealing boxes from deserved winners.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do a special weekly just for you. Cards that were second division and now first, but also now playing in MLS. Cap 240.
Yeah, that would be great.
It would be great. You got anything else? I think we're anxious to watch even these games.
You watching USA at all?
Oh, USA, yes.
Tomorrow night?
Yes.
For anybody listening, I was looking at the game weeks today. I'm sure like everybody knows, but it's wonky as hell. It ends
really wonky right now.
Saturday morning at 9 Central, 8 Eastern.
No. 8 Central. Oh, you were Central. Wait.
I don't know. 8 or 9, whatever.
I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern.
Oh. I don't know.
Let me double check.
I was looking at it earlier and I thought it was 9 Central.
Did you just look or were you like counting the hours with your hands? It's here.
Maybe both.
Saturday, 3 p.m. CET, not CDT. So
yeah,
that's 9 a.m. Eastern.
Is CET Eastern?
CET is Central European. 6 hours ahead of me.
What time is CET? So it's 9 o'clock now in CET.
Yes. They're 6 hours ahead of me. So they should be 7 hours ahead of you.
Yes.
So 8 a.m. for you on Saturday.
Okay. All right. Anyway, 8 a.m.
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday. Quick turnaround.
Yeah. So you got to do lineups tonight and lineups Friday night.
Yes.
It was weird because I was looking at it and I was like, oh, there's no MLS games. I guess there might be a Friday game, but Friday MLS game. I saw New York was in there, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're right. I recently went to a Friday night New York City FC game.
Yeah, I saw it was a little rain delay, and all I could think about was like Dallas. It's like the rain delay is just following Laird.
I guess so. They actually played this match, though. Turned into a gorgeous night.
It's been very hot here, and it finally rained, so it's kind of nice out. It's going to be real humid.
Mike Basson, isn't it a double MLS game week again in game week 5? Yes, it is.
Oh, 240.
Yeah. Yep.
Double the disappointment.
No. This is where we win. We steal money from Sorare because we get so many chances.
I did hit my first middle super rare threshold.
I hit it also, and I needed the double game week.
It felt real good. Like $320 with the prices right now, you can go fucking shopping.
Yeah. Oh, I have. Yeah. I have. The worst part is I actually scored enough for the $1,000 I was never going for that threshold.
Oh,
But I was like, I realized that they changed the rule to save money, but I feel like they would have saved enough if they just were like, these are the thresholds and we didn't have to choose.
you're one
But
of those people.
I'm one of those people.
Would you still have been those people if you never hit the top one?
No, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, I don't. It was just weird to me how much. I mean, probably not a whole lot of effort, but they put these like this logic in for like the picking logic in the UI and for 6 months was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Agreed.
you gotta think like what's the development time on that and taking it out and whatever versus how much they're gonna save. I mean,
I assume they saved a ton.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Are you a lower threshold guy?
I am
Are
in
you?
super rare.
Yeah.
I never do it in rare. I
I
could have
I
two
do it.
guys
I do it
playing
in
in rare and
rare.
I'm still going 340.
I do it in rare because it still just seems like it's hard to hit the middle one. But
What is the lower one? $15?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. Nah.
Wow, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like 3 Albert Pujols. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh man. Georgia scored.
Oh no. I really need Portugal to do well because I really only have Costa as my goalie.
Mm.
I rode into the tournament with a couple Strakosias.
Oof. Wait, didn't he start?
Yeah, he started, but I mean they're not going to
Yeah.
knockout.
Oh, Cavaradonna. Of course. Of course. Oof. Speaking of my wife's birthday, I have to go. But I'm going to ask one more question before we go. When is the next Sorare After Dark?
Ooh, we're gonna have to drop it hot. Andy and I are planning an NFT sale for the next grand opening.
Ooh.
The other ones were just soft openings. No, I don't know. We need to talk to Andy.
No, that's what you do on that show. You talk to
Yeah,
Andy.
yeah. It is possible these days because we've gotten old little baby girl down to bedtime now, so at a reasonable hour. So I think Andy's been coaching and stuff, but
Please.
it's been great to talk to you,
You too,
Laird.
Jimmer.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for
Yeah, you
being
bet.
Andy for a little bit. Do you want to say anything pretending you're Andy and we'll just attribute it to him from now on?
Oh, I do have a confession to make. I put a dead bird in my trash can this past week.
Why is that a
So
confession?
because he loves birds.
Did you kill the bird?
No, my dog did.
Ooh.
Somehow my dog can like run out and catch birds from our backyard. Like
Wow.
they'll be hanging out right underneath our patio, and he'll just get them.
Huh.
Crazy. Yeah. So save the birds. That trash can was quite smelly.
I bet.
I didn't know what to do with it. I had
I
to
don't
I
know.
had
I
to
was gonna
ask
say that you confessed to something that I think
I
any
had
of
to
us would
ask
have done.
Siri. I had to ask Siri what you do with dead animals. And it was like, well, you could call somebody or put it in a trash can,
Yeah.
in a trash bag in your trash can.
Yeah. I
So
don't think there was any expectation to do anything else.
well,
Yeah. I'm
toodaloo.
gonna ask one more. One more
Oh, okay, all
question.
right.
I don't
Hey,
know
I'm
why it
here.
just popped into my head,
I'm here for it.
but I had this conversation with Andy and Gator Guy. When you are at the grocery store
I went today.
and you go to pay and they ask if you want to make like a donation or like round up or something, what do you say?
What do you think I say?
Part of me thinks you say yes because you just like don't want to say no?
I always, babe, always round it up, round that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not because I don't want to say no. It's because I want to donate.
Because you want to donate to whatever they're.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So.
I also like it's I keep track of all my finances and stuff, which is
Oh, so it's easier to
stupid.
round up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, $8, 763.
You're pumping the gas and trying to make sure you get the. Huh?
No, I don't do that. I'm not that crazy about it, but
All right.
is Andy a no guy? He's
Andy and I are both adamant no guys.
yeah.
And Keith basically doesn't go shopping just to avoid getting asked. Like he does like the
I don't.
self-checkout.
I've never met or talked to Keith, but yeah, I feel like that I would have circled that on the multiple choice.
Let's make that happen.
Yeah,
I'm talking to Keith.
I've got a question
Guilting
for
Keith
you,
in there.
which might be controversial. Um, Similarly, when you order pickup at a restaurant, do you tip?
So I think that's a much more reasonable question. And it's funny because I feel like everyone or most people who watch are in Europe where like tipping is very different than it is here. I tend to tip then. Yes.
Is on the spot. I've recently shifted just to see how it makes me feel, because I recently like went in and but it's like $25, and it's like $25 pickup turned into a $32 dinner because I picked it up, right? And it's like I just have a really hard time. Like that's one of the things I wish I lived in the UK for the whole tipping. It's just so wild to me. It's like why the price of your food determines how much you tip is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got a salad, well, I got a steak. And it's like, well, I gotta tip fucking $15 more.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, where's it going? It's like, oh well, cook your steak. And it's like that's bullshit. It's going to a big fucking pot. And it's like, I don't know. And this is I'm probably gonna get roasted for this, but it's just like it's so annoying. Um, Domino's. Oh, this pissed me off. I was driving and there was a commercial on the radio. It's like, if we're gonna tip you if you tip your drivers. It's like if you tip your delivery drivers from Domino's, we're gonna give you a coupon to come back and buy a pizza. It's like just fucking pay your
Just pay the
drivers.
dude. Yeah.
And it's like that's always the argument is like they won't pay for their employees. And it's like, okay, sure, you can argue, well, the cost of the food would go way up or whatever else, sure. But like they're literally giving you money back for tipping the drivers. And it's like, just tip them, just pay them. And don't do this little campaign where you're giving me money back if I tip them.
Do you ever order where you're able to tip before you go get it?
Yeah, like most places where
Right. So
you
most places, right. So do you think that if you tip like ahead of time, that like your food will be better?
I always think that with the delivery services like Grubhub and stuff like that. It's like, do you want the guy to stop at the gas station before he delivers your food? Or and it's like always hit the old, 20-25% on those, but oh, it's crazy.
Jeremy said Australia pay their staff and a pizza is now $25 and a steak is 75. To be honest, there are plenty of $25 pizzas right here.
Yeah, I would just rather do that than like create some hostility between a customer and an employee because we have to pay the wage. It's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying it anyway.
Exactly.
Just make me pay it
Yeah.
if that's really what it is. But like when I went to UK and it was like I tipped everybody and those people were so fucking happy. It was like, here's £2. Who's treated two squids? And they were like, holy shit, thank you. It's like, wow.
Do you think they turned around and they were like, thank God for these dumb Americans and their tipping?
Yeah. I mean, I have the money to do it, so it's like, of course I will do it and I want to do it, but
Man of the people.
it's just
Love it.
crazy culture.
Yeah, agreed. Whew. I wasn't expecting to go down that road. Thank you for that.
You started it.
You're right. I did. All right. Thank you to Jeremy, caught your squids. Excuse me. Thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. Shout out to Andy Black, who's not here because we have Jimmer. Maybe we can get Jimmer and Gator Guy and Black and I all together at some point. And we'll see what happens.
When is half Christmas? Is that already passed?
It's yesterday.
Was it really?
I don't know, isn't it? June 25th? Halfway to...
Oh, shit. I was going to say, we should do like that would have been a good sad comeback.
Any comeback would be good for Sorare After Dark. We have a little controversy now. Uh-oh.
That's pretty racist, Mike.
Andy Black on the hot seat. That's pretty racist. Thank you, everybody.
See ya.
Have fun with the Euros. Don't forget to tip your drivers.
Welcome to the Sorare After Show, where we talk fantasy football, but you never know. We'll start with the game, but we'll soon go straight on topic discussions as we play. We'll analyze the teams, the formation and goals, but in no time we'll digress into other roles, talking about our favorite moves and the shows we've seen. Our opinions aloud, and our voices on me. It's the Sorare After Show. Anything goes, from fantasy football to rock and roll. We may start with the pitch, but it's just a small part. We'll venture off topic, let the conversation spark. It's the Sorare After Show.